Floyd Mayweather's terrified reaction after Manny Pacquiao training, with Mike Tyson shakes the boxing world in a sport defined by comebacks, rivalries, and unpredictable twists. The recent viral footage of Manny Pacquiao training alongside boxing legend Mike Tyson has sent a thunderous shockwave through the combat sports world. For fans, it was a nostalgia-driven delight, a fusion of two eras converging in one training ring. For critics, it was a marketing match. But for one man in particular, the sight sparked something deeper: fear. Floyd Mayweather, Jr., unbeaten, undisputed, and unapologetically vocal, has long stood atop the boxing mountain. But behind the icy bravado and sunglasses lies a legacy that has always been intertwined with one man, Manny Pacquiao. Their 2015 megafight shattered records and generated over $600 million in revenue. But it left fans craving a rematch, especially as Pacquiao appeared to be holding back due to a shoulder injury. Fast forward to 2025, and the image of Pacquiao hammering the pads with Mike Tyson barking commands ignited old flames and old fears. Because if there's one thing Mayweather never wanted, it was a fully healthy, highly motivated Manny Pacquiao in his face again, and certainly not one channeling the raw aggression of Iron Mike. The footage that shook the internet, the video, was only 38 seconds long, but it did more than any press conference or pay-per-view teaser ever could. Manny Pacquiao, now 46, looks sharp, focused, and most shockingly ferocious. Mike Tyson, never known for subtlety, paced behind him like a jungle cat, urging him to unleash flurries of punches, bobbing and weaving like it was 2008 all over. Again, Twitter, now known as X, exploded. Instagram Reels circulated like wildfire. YouTube channels offered frame-by-frame breakdown. What stood out wasn't just Pacquiao's physical conditioning, but the explosive, vintage intensity in his movement. He's got the eye of the tiger again, one user commented, but it wasn't the public alone that reacted. Floyd Mayweather's camp was reportedly blindsided. One close source said, Floyd saw that footage and got real quiet. He knows Tyson doesn't do anything halfway. If Mike's training Manny, it's not for charity, it's for war. The Tyson factor. Why Floyd should be concerned. Mike Tyson's involvement isn't just symbolic. The former undisputed heavyweight champion has spent the last few years transitioning into a sort of boxing shaman, training younger fighters, offering mental advice, and reflecting on his own journey. But when Tyson steps into a gym and barks commands, there's nothing ceremonial about it. Mike understands the psychology of fear. He built a career on it. And if anyone can reignite Pacquiao's killer instinct, it's Tyson. He's gonna take your soul. Tyson once said about his own fighting mentality. Now imagine that voice in Pacquiao's ear, urging him to go back to the whirlwind destroyer he was during his prime welterweight run. Mayweather, ever the tactician, built his brand on defensive brilliance, precise counterpunching, and unmatched timing. But Tyson's aggressive, peekaboo style is antithetical to everything Floyd used to neutralize Manny in their first bout. A Pacquiao infused with Tyson's mindset is not just dangerous, he's unpredictable. Mayweather's nervous silence. The video dropped. Mayweather's normally active Instagram has been eerily subdued. No hard work, dedication clips. No cryptic money-themed captions. Not even a public dig at Pacquiao, something Floyd never used to shy away from. Instead, a short video surfaced of Mayweather in a Las Vegas gym, hitting the heavy bag with noticeably less vigor than usual. Body language analysts went to work. His expression was subdued. His usually slick mitt work seemed off. Floyd is shook, said former welterweight contender Andre Berto in an interview. He sees the storm coming, and it's not the same Manny he fought in 2015. This one's got Tyson in his corner. That's a whole different animal. Rumors began swirling that Mayweather had instructed his handlers to quietly monitor Pacquiao's training schedule, with sources claiming he's even floated offers for an exhibition to test the waters before committing to a full-scale rematch. The unfinished business, the first Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, will always be remembered as both the richest and the most disappointing fight in boxing history. Fans waited more than 5 years for it, only to witness a tactical bout that lacked the expected fireworks. Pacquiao later revealed he entered the ring with a torn rotator cuff injury, confirmed by post-fight surgery, while Mayweather got the unanimous decision. Many observers believed the fight had been robbed of its drama by Manny's compromised condition. Now, a decade later, Pacquiao appears determined to rewrite the narrative. And Mike Tyson, who knows a thing or two about redemption and reinvention, may be the key to unlocking the version of Manny fans never got to see. Money versus legacy. The psychological stakes. Floyd Mayweather has always framed his career around the dollar sign. Money is his brand, and he's unashamedly leaned into the financial rewards of the sport. But even money can't buy peace of mind. And if there's one thing that haunts Floyd, it's the idea of his undefeated legacy being challenged. For Pacquiao, it's never been about the zero on his record. He's fought for pride, people, and principle. And while his political career has flourished, boxing has always been his first love. Training with Tyson signals one thing. Manny wants closure, not for the fans, for himself. And deep down, Mayweather knows that. Tyson's words, "This ain't no exhibition," in a recent podcast appearance. Tyson was asked about the training session. His response was as blunt as it was chilling. "I told Manny, this ain't no exhibition. If you want to fight Floyd again, we train to hurt Floyd, not touch him, not outpoint him, hurt him." That, quote, spread like wildfire. If Mayweather had any illusions about a friendly exhibition, matcha stylized dance for pay-per-view, cash those were shattered. Tyson doesn't train fighters for sparring matches. He builds destroyers. Could a rematch really happen? Speculation has been rising daily. Promoters have already floated the idea. Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi are reportedly in a bidding war to host a potential rematch between Mayweather and Pacquiao, with early numbers suggesting a purse even larger than their 2015 clash. Mayweather has been quiet publicly, but privately sources say he's intrigued. The fight world is changing. Legends are returning. Tyson Fury has fought exhibition-style bouts. Mike Tyson returned to face Roy Jones Jr., and with the line between professional bouts and entertainment blurring, a second Mayweather bout doesn't seem so far-fetched, especially if one fighter is training to fight and the other is training to survive. The fans want blood, not business boxing. Purists and casuals alike have expressed one unified sentiment. They want a real fight. Not 12 rounds of tactical footwork and shoulder rolls. Not another dance where the winner is decided by punch count. They want the war that was promised in 2015. Manny Pacquiao, under Mike Tyson's guidance, might finally be ready to deliver it. He's not chasing a payday. He's chasing vengeance. And if Mayweather chooses to accept the challenge, he'll find himself in the ring with a man who has nothing left to prove, nothing left to lose, and the spirit of a heavyweight brawler in his corner. Final thoughts? The ghost of 2015. In the end, the terrified reaction from Floyd Mayweather isn't just about a video clip. It's about what that clip represents. Time, missed opportunities, and the one opponent he never quite silenced. Manny Pacquiao is rising from the shadows, gloves blazing and vengeance in his heart, with Mike Tyson breathing fire into his lungs. The Pac-Man looks to devour everything in his path even, if that path leads straight into the most protected legacy in boxing history. For Mayweather, silence is no longer golden. It's deafening if this rematch happens. It won't be a bout, it will be a reckoning. The fight beyond the ropes, Tyson's strategy and psychological warfare. Mike Tyson has never been merely a physical fighter. He's a psychological juggernaut. His ring walk alone could unnerve seasoned professionals. Now, as a trainer and mentor, Tyson transfers that same intimidation factor to the fighters under his wing. In Pacquiao, he sees not just talent, but potential for psychological rebirth. He's too humble, Tyson said during an off-air conversation with a Filipino sports journalist. He's a killer in the ring, but he lets people walk over him outside of it. I want him to remember who he is. And that identity, the storming southpaw slayer who moved up 8 weight classes and left destruction in his wake, has been dormant for years. Tyson's training is as much about reviving that mentality as it is about sharpening footwork or increasing hand speed. He reportedly banned all political discussion from their training camp. No entourages, no distractions. "You're not a senator in here," Tyson told Pacquiao. "You're a savage." It's the kind of mentality that terrifies someone like Floyd Mayweather, who's built his career on controlling every variable. When your opponent becomes unpredictable, worse yet, emotionally fueled, your blueprint cracks. Inside Mayweather's camp, this wasn't the plan. Sources within the Mayweather camp have admitted that Pacquiao's training with Tyson caught them off guard. Floyd was never worried about a rematch with Manny, one longtime associate revealed. Not until he saw that clip. For years, Mayweather has carefully curated his post-retirement brand, controlled exhibition fights, social media flexing, and billionaire business moves. He's boxed influencers, YouTubers, and former MMA fighters in low-stakes, high-profit events. The idea of stepping into a real fight against an old rivalry born with Tyson's fire was never part of the plan. Now, advisors are reportedly split. Some believe Floyd should ignore the noise and continue his current exhibition path. Others, however, believe there's a massive opportunity. One last real fight that could cement his legacy permanently. But here's the twist. Floyd's legacy is already perfect numerically. He's 50-0. What he risks now isn't a chance to solidify his career, it's a chance to lose everything. And Floyd Mayweather is terrified of losing. Boxing legends weigh in as rumors swirl. Retired fighters and analysts have chimed in. Some are skeptical, others are excited. Teddy Atlas, longtime trainer and commentator, said, "You can't underestimate what Tyson's presence does to a fighter's confidence. Manny looks like he's enjoying the pain again, and that's dangerous. Floyd is all about comfort zones. Tyson destroys comfort zones." George Foreman added, "This is what boxing needs. Two legends, one trying to protect his record, the other trying to restore his pride. And now with Tyson in the mix, you've got a blockbuster waiting to explode." Bernard Hopkins was more measured. Age matters. Let's not pretend Tyson is some magic pill. But mentally, Tyson can unlock things. And if Manny believes again, that might be enough. Even Oscar de la Hoya, a longtime rival of Mayweather and Pacquiao alike, joined the fray. Floyd's shaking in his boots. You can see it in his eyes. He didn't expect a lion to wake up. The Saudi Arabia factor, with Middle Eastern nations pouring billions into global sports. Saudi Arabia has positioned itself as a potential host for the rematch. Their successful promotion of Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk and Cristiano Ronaldo's high-profile move to Al Nassr have showcased their ambitions. According to sources close to Prince Abdulaziz bin Turki Al Saud, talks have already begun to bring Mayweather-Pacquiao to Riyadh's Kingdom Arena. "We want the biggest sporting events in the world, and this is a dream scenario," said a government liaison. "Two legends, one story unfinished. If they want to make it happen, we'll make the offer." Rumors suggest both fighters could each earn upwards of $150 million, potentially eclipsing their previous record-breaking bout. And unlike Vegas, Saudi Arabia will roll out the red carpet, not just for the fighters, but for their egos. What the fans are saying, perhaps the loudest voice in the arena belongs to the fans. And right now, they're roaring for redemption. Social media polls conducted by ESPN, Bleacher Report, and DAZN all showed over 80% of fans want the rematch, with most believing Pacquiao would fare much better this time, especially under Tyson's guidance. "He's moving different." One YouTube commenter wrote, "Not just physical. I saw that clip and thought, Floyd's got a problem." TikTok clips of Pacquiao's training sessions now include highlight reels of his prime days, demolishing Ricky Hatton, brutalizing Miguel Cotto, blitzing Antonio Margarito. These aren't nostalgia trips, they're reminders. Reminders that Mayweather never really beat that version of Pacquiao. He beat a damaged, distracted shadow of him. Now fans believe that shadow has been replaced by something sharper, meaner, and angrier. The emotional undercurrent, redemption, and rivalry. What makes this potential rematch so compelling isn't just the celebrity or skill. It's the emotional undercurrent, the redemption arc. Manny Pacquiao has always been the people's champion. While Mayweather flaunted wealth, Pacquiao gave to the poor. While Floyd posed with Bentleys, Manny prayed with villagers. Their contrast wasn't just marketing, it was philosophical. But 2015 broke something, not just for fans, but for Manny. He accepted the result, smiled through it, then went home to the Philippines and threw himself into politics, perhaps hoping to outrun the ghost of what could have been. Now, it's clear the ghost followed him, and Mike Tyson has made sure he faces it head on. Tyson understands redemption like few others. Once vilified, imprisoned, humiliated, he rebuilt his life from the ashes of public disgrace. He knows how much it means to walk back into the ring, not to fight your opponent, but to confront your former self. That's what Manny's doing now. And if Floyd Mayweather has the courage to meet him in that ring, he'll be forced to do the same. Legacy versus mortality. Why this fight means everything for Mayweather. This isn't just a boxing match. It's a question of mortality. He's built an empire on being the best ever. His record is unblemished. But the longer he stays out of real competition, the more that image fades into marketing myth. A loss to Pacquiao wouldn't just be a blemish on his record. It would unravel the myth of perfection he's worked so hard to build. For Pacquiao, there's no record to protect, only a truth to reclaim. A truth that says he could have won, that he should have won, that had his shoulder not been torn and his focus not divided, history would have read differently. This isn't just another payday. This is unfinished business. A glimpse into the future. Imagine the when. Tyson behind Pacquiao, his eyes cold and steely. Mayweather, cool as ever, but twitching just slightly at the edges. Imagine the ring walk. Pacquiao enters with the Filipino flag draped across his back. Tyson pacing behind him, silent but deadly. Mayweather struts in, all bravado and Beats headphones, masking a churning storm of anxiety beneath his designer shades. Round 1 begins. Pacquiao surges. Not reckless, but urgent. The speed is back. The angles. The unpredictability. Mayweather, ever the master technician, tries to time him, but this Manny doesn't hesitate. This Manny believes again, and behind every punch thrown is Tyson's growl in his ear. Take his soul. Conclusion. The clock is ticking. The stars are aligning for what could be the most emotionally charged rematch in boxing history. Not because of titles or rankings or even pay-per-view sales, but because of pride, legacy, and the ghosts of an unfinished story. Manny Pacquiao, reignited by the fire of Mike Tyson, looks ready to write a new ending. Floyd Mayweather, for all his money, must now decide. Does he dare reopen the door he thought he'd locked shut forever?